Harper. I'm a student at the University of Illinois, and I'm on Engineers Without Borders, or in Engineers Without Borders, I guess. We have an outreach group that usually builds some sort of an energy project, like a wind turbine, and then have like an activity that kids can do with it. This year we decided to do something different, and we wanted to start a community garden. So we just started researching, and instead of researching wind turbines, we were researching gardens. And it's grown into something that is actually going to happen. So hopefully our garden will be in Douglas Park in northern Champaign. It's between Bradley and Washington and 5th and 6th Streets. There's a big park, and Booker T. Washington School is there. There's a library and a community center and a big park. And it's one of the lowest income areas in Champaign. The Booker T. Washington School, 68% of the children there are considered to be low income. So this garden would be a part of their curriculum, and the school board has already agreed to help work with us, and we're going to write a new curriculum for the school, and the garden will be worked into their curriculum. We're also going to have classes for the community, and all of it will be subsidized, so hopefully it'll be like $5 a class, or maybe even less. It might be free for the first couple of years. Depending on how much grant money we get. We would have the classes to help educate the community on how to garden, just to kind of reteach everyone. A lot of people just don't know what to do. They might want fresh vegetables and they don't know what to do, and in a low-income situation, you might not be able to go to a farmer's market and buy fresh vegetables because it is very expensive. So our hope is that we can help to re-educate the community on how to grow their own fresh vegetables. Part of the garden would be open to the community. We would have about 2/3 of it open for rented lots, but they'll be like $10, just enough so that people can say, this is my part of the land, but it's not too expensive. Some of the other community gardens in town, the lots are $30 to $60 if you're a resident of that town, and anywhere from $60 to $120 if you're not a resident. So that's way too much for a low-income area. So we would only be charging enough so that they could say that it is theirs. We would help them if they had any questions, if they didn't know what to do, if they had a weed that popped up and they didn't know how to get rid of it or what it was. So we would be there helping them, but it would be their land and they would be growing it, so they have a sense of ownership of it. We'd also have a community demonstration area, so during the classes, it's not just sitting in the community center looking at PowerPoints. We would actually be in the garden planting with them and showing them exactly how to do it, answering any questions, and then there would also be a section for the school so that each classroom or grade would have their own section and they could grow whatever they wanted. It would be the class's choice. They can grow their own foods, and then hopefully the school would be able to serve it in the cafeteria, but that's up to like state officials and stuff. If they can't serve it, they can just take it home. Either way, they'd be getting more fresh vegetables, and then our hopes are that as the garden grows, if they have too much produce, that we can set up a local food stand, and then they can sell the produce cheaply to their other community members. So it would be this big working, all the community involved, all ages, and it would be very educational so that they could eventually move off of that plot of land and have their own garden in their